Hello everybody, I'm here today to do another curly girl update video. It's like an update slash all of the things I wish that I knew when I started doing this, and all of like the big things that I think made a huge difference in my hair, because I feel like in the last month or so I've really started to see a positive change. So I just wanted to talk about what I've been doing, my routine, and a couple of things that I think have really been a positive change for me. Hi, I'm also including this in the beginning. On Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, I invite you over to my live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/LeeshaLand. There is going to be a very special live stream of Paul being transformed into a drag queen. It's going to be super fun. Probably a little bit of a shit show, but super fun. So first of all, let's talk about my routine because I get asked that a lot. I use the Diva Curl No Poo cleansing shampoo, whatever it is, and then the Diva Curl conditioner. I use the No Poo so it does not lather, but I really make sure that I am cleaning my scalp. When we shampoo our hair, the idea is not to clean the length of your hair, it's to clean your scalp. I will focus on my scalp, use the pads of my fingers to cleanse it, make sure it feels clean, and then rinse it out. After that, that's when I condition, and that's also when I brush my hair. It is the only time that I brush my hair, when it is full of conditioner. I know a lot of people don't particularly agree with this, but it's what works for me. Every single day, no matter if your hair is straight, curly, whatever, you lose a lot of hair. A lot of hair follicles fall out. When your hair is straight, those hair follicles kind of just fall to the ground. Maybe you see them on your shirt, or you brush your hair and they go actually into your brush. When your hair is curly, those hair follicles still fall out, but because your hair is just this fucking mess, they fall out and they stay in the abyss, basically. What this means is that when you do finally brush your hair or detangle it or whatever you like to do, it's gonna look like you're literally balding. It's going to be a horrific amount of loose hair that's just like, I can't hang. So what I do is I make sure my hair has a lot of conditioner. I use a wet brush that is gentle and meant to, it can be used on wet hair, and I brush my hair to not only get rid of all of that loose wet hair without having to actually touch it and have it all over my hands, but also to make sure that the conditioner is really well distributed. The other thing I do, and this is one of the things that I think has made a huge difference in getting my hair to actually curl, is that I will take about 5 full minutes, like not just 5 minutes, no, 5 full minutes, smoothing the conditioner into my hair. That means I will take each section and literally smooth it. I see a lot of stuff online about squish to condish and all that kind of stuff, about like really squishing your conditioner in. I don't buy that. When I got my curly girl haircut, one of the things that I was told was the most important thing that you can do is actually smooth in the conditioner. Think about those like Herbal Essence or Pantene commercials you saw growing up. I don't even know if they do it anymore, but they would show like a really splayed out hair follicle, and then you get the Pantene and it's smooth. That's literally how your hair is. So if you're squishing to condish, you're not helping those hair follicles to be smooth. There's a difference between straight and smooth, right? So smooth is going to mean that you're going to actually have it go where it's supposed to be. It's going to absorb that conditioner. It's going to be really happy. Where if you're not doing that and you're squishing it, you can end up causing more issues. Personal experience here. So I will go through and really make sure that all of that conditioner is absorbed. I don't see it on the top, and when I actually hold out my hair like this, I mean, you can see how shiny it is. It looks like that when it's wet, which is really awesome. I don't put any oils in my hair. I don't put any smoothing stuff. I don't put anything in there, but my hair still has a lot of shine, and I attribute a lot of that to smoothing the conditioner in and taking the time to really get it into each like section. My routine is essentially exactly the same as the last curl video that I posted, so I will link that so that you can see. I don't want to go into everything because literally the last video, it's exactly the same. The only thing that has changed are the products that I use, kind of. I use a leave-in conditioner, just a little bit of it. I'll either use the spray I used in the last video, or I use the Curls brand Blueberry Bliss, I believe it's called, leave-in conditioner. And then I've been going back to using AG Recoil. I did a video about this back in like May or June, maybe even before that, March, I'm not even sure. I did a video about this product a long time ago and how it's like a jump start to getting your hair to curl. It really helps to make everything kind of just spring up and give you that kind of bounciness that we all kind of want. So I've gone back to using that product, and so I will do exactly what I do in my last video. I kind of, on damp hair, it's not soaking wet, just rake it through, and then I will get my hair wet with a spray bottle, and then I apply my gel. The gel that I've been using is the Archangel gel from Diva Curl, and I've been having really good results doing all of this. If there's certain areas that I find aren't curling, I've been kind of trying finger coiling, which basically means, you know, just literally what it sounds like. I have some pieces on like the bottom of my hair down here that, I mean, they're starting to curl, but for the most part, like right here, they're pretty straight, especially when you compare them to like these guys up here. It can be frustrating, especially I've gotten comments before where it's like this one right here, where it looks like my haircut is not even because Dumbo McGee down here doesn't want to curl, so it appears longer. Kind of annoying, but it's one of those things where it takes time and it takes like a lot of patience to get it to do what you want to do. After that, I use my microfiber towel to squeeze out all of the excess water, and I find that this also helps to get the gel to set. And my hair dries a lot quicker this way too, because I'm squeezing out all of the water, which means I'm like doing the squish scrunch kind of thing. So I scrunch in the gel, and then I'll squeeze out all the water with my microfiber towel, and then I just leave it. And I find that it actually dries a lot quicker this way because all the excess water is gone, but the gel is still there, so you're still creating that cast to really get the curls going and all of that. And then once it's dry, scrunch it out and fluff it out. So a couple of things I did want to talk about in this video are certain things that I wish that I knew when I first started this. I find that the curly girl journey, there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of becoming a scientist, basically, and figuring out what products you have that you can use, what products you have that have sulfates and silicones and dimethicone and all of these ingredients that are not good for your hair. You would be shocked at how many brands have products that are aimed for curls and waves, and then they have ingredients that are not good for curls and waves in them. I just recently talked about this brand Sunbum that sent me out their whole curls line, and it is full of sulfates, like the second ingredient, and dimethicone and all this stuff that I will not put in my hair. The reason for that, if you're wondering, sulfates are they're salts. They're not good for your hair. I mean, they're not good for me personally. Yes, they're not good for curly hair, but they also will cause your hair color to completely just like leave your hair really, really quickly. So I always kind of stay away from sulfates and salts and sodium chloride, that kind of stuff. I don't touch up my hair very often, you guys. I will do the roots. Clearly you can see the roots are kind of long right now, but I don't touch up the general bulk of my hair very often, and I put that to using products and using shampoo and conditioner that are good for it. That's something that is very frustrating, but there's just a lot of trial and error, different techniques, seeing what works for you. And when you finally figure out what your technique is and what works for you, is so liberating, because I'm telling you, it's incredibly frustrating and it's just exhausting trying to constantly figure out what the right technique is. But anyways, yeah, my point was I wanted to talk about a couple of things that really helped me. First of all, using less product. In the beginning, I felt like I was using a conditioner and then a foam and then this product and doing cocktails and mixing all this stuff. And I realized, like, I really don't need to use as many different products, but more importantly, I don't need to use as much. I still put a good amount of product in my hair, that's for sure, but it's definitely not as much as I originally thought that I needed. It's still more than when it was, when I had it straight. The thing that I like to remember is that, yeah, I'm using a lot more product, but my hair also goes a lot longer without being washed. So there's that. The other thing I really wish that I knew, and I hope anybody going on this journey takes to heart, is that Frizz is not the enemy. This was a hard pill to swallow for me because I have lived my whole life thinking Frizz was the enemy. So when I started this whole curly girl journey, I know that there's been a couple of videos where I complained about having crown frizz and having frizz like right up here and how it felt like disconnected, and it was a struggle for me. I've really learned that Frizz helps with volume. Most people don't want like Shirley Temple style curls. I know I don't. That's not the vibe I'm going for. And if I didn't have Frizz, that's essentially what I would have. So I've kind of just learn to embrace it, learn to not let it upset me, roll with it. I mean, look at like Zendaya, for example. Zendaya her hair is more on the wavy side, but it's super frizzy and it just adds to it and it looks badass. And it's like one of those things where we were trained so much with like frizz free and like smooth frizz free, and it's like, get it out of your head. Just try really hard to get that mantra, like all of those things out of your head, because I know that they've just been drilled into you. It's not good. On top of that, one of the things that has been super helpful for me, because I know volume is something we're all looking for, is having a pick. This pick is called a Spriggle. I got it on Amazon and it's meant for curly hair. It has a lot less prongs than a traditional pick. Usually the other one that I have has maybe 8, maybe even more than 8. Probably more than 8 if this is for, I don't know, it has a lot. I like that one a lot. I don't know where it is. And what's great about these is that it's going to give you volume without really disrupting the actual curl pattern. Because one way you can get volume is to stick your fingers in here and shake. And I like doing that too, but it definitely can sort of mess up your curl patterns. If you want more volume without disrupting the curl, maybe you want like not as much frizz, you literally are just fluffing at the roots. So you can just lift up and like do different layers. But this way, you're disrupting the curl pattern just at the root, which will give you volume, but still keep the majority of your curls intact. And having a wider toothpick like this one, the Spriggle one, you're still gonna get that, but it's not just gonna be, it's gonna be like a more manageable volume, I guess. If you use a full-on pick, when I use a full-on pick, it's a lot more. So you can see that gives a lot more volume. And you can also see I have frizz and it's whatever, you know, like if there's an area that's bothering me, I might go through and kind of try and like smooth it in a little bit. But one of the hardest things for me to get over was just kind of realizing that frizz is just part of the game. It's something you deal with and it's whatever and life is fine. The other thing is using the buff to sleep in when my hair is fresh. That makes a huge difference in how long my curls last. In the beginning / transitioning kind of phase, like after I had started kind of trying to find my way, I feel I spent way too much time worrying about the refresh and worrying about how am I going to get my curls to look good the next day, and buying all these different products to refresh and to figure out how to make it look good the next day. One, using the buff to sleep in makes a huge difference. To have it up like that, and it just will protect all of your curls. You also can do just the pineapple. But two, it's again, just like the frizz, it's one of those things where you just embrace your hair. Maybe it's a little bit crazy, maybe it's a little bit huge, but don't put too much effort into trying to make it perfect, because the thing that I've learned with Curly Girl is that perfectly imperfect is exactly where you want to be. Your curls are unique to you. You're never going to get them to look exactly like so-and-so. You're never going to get them to do exactly what this other influencer, this other person's going to do. So just embrace what you have and fluff it out, you know, maybe use a pick, maybe use a little bit of a spray or water or whatever, smooth out any areas that are driving you nuts. But for the most part, just go with the flow. Curly Girl is literally like a river and you are on an inner tube and you can't control the river, right? Just go with it. Go with the flow, enjoy the ride, get help along the way, ask questions. If you have a stylist in your, if you have a stylist in your town or you have like a Curly Girl salon, I 1,000,000% recommend going there, getting education, learning, because having somebody that knows curly hair actually touch your hair and tell you what can help you specifically is the best thing you can do. You can go on Instagram, look at all of those accounts all day long, but they are talking about their hair. They're not talking about your hair. So, best things you can do. End of the day. 1, get a pick so you can make your hair gigantic. If you want it to be gigantic, even a little bit of volume is awesome. 2, stop acting like frizz is the enemy. It's not the enemy. It adds character, it adds volume, and you can't lose it forever. So just go with it. 3, smooth out your hair in the shower with your conditioner in. Smooth the conditioner into your hair, smooth out the cuticles. Take the time to do this with every single curl section. It's gonna make a huge difference in not only how your hair looks and feels, but also in how the curls start to form. 4, go to a Curly Girl specialist in your area. curl salon, someone that specializes in curls so that you can get some actual one-on-one advice and learn how to really take care of your unique, awesome ass curly hair. And then 5, go along for the ride. Don't fight it. Don't get frustrated by it. Well, you're gonna get frustrated by it, but just enjoy it for what it is. Stop fighting it and revel in badass curl lifestyle because it's awesome, it's liberating, it's fucking cool to be able to embrace who you are. And I want you to be able to do that. So, thank you for watching. As always, I'm here for any questions that you may have, concerns, all the above. Paul and I will be live tonight on Twitch. Also, holy crap, I probably should include this in the beginning. On Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, I invite you over to my live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/LeeshaLand. There is going to be a very special live stream of Paul, sorry, Violet's early release thing just went off, of Paul being transformed into a drag queen. We hit our donation goal on Twitch, which was so cool. And so Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, come on over, hang out with us. It's super duper fun, I promise. And we're going to be turning Paul into his drag persona, which I cannot wait for. It's gonna be super, super fun. Probably a little bit of a shit show, but super, super fun. All right, guys, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you soon.